This live stream is sponsored by PSL, Sound, Light and Stage.
Hello and welcome to Sanders Park for this Good Friday clash. Round 4, Tukapa versus Clifton. And as you can see at the moment the sun is shining. And with that we'll go to the weather, which is much better than what was forecast. You can see it's pretty breezy from the east. The current temperature is 23 degrees, which is very warm for this time of year. And the wind from the east is 28 k's, so it is strong. And it is the direct opposite that it was last week, because last week it was from the west. Okay, we'll have a look at the last 3 games for each team. Tukapa have had 3 close wins. Last week 31-23 against Old Boys, and 18-14 against Southern, and 19-18 against Coastal. Clifton started the season with a 16-19 loss to Stratford, but have had 2 impressive wins since, 59-28 against United and 48-21 against Southern. So they're playing pretty well at the moment. And just to look at the points table, Tukapa on top are the only unbeaten team, in fact, 13 points, but they're only 2 points in front of Clifton and Stratford, who have both picked up 3 bonus points. So today is actually a top of the table clash. And judging by that points table, I think this competition is extremely even, so it's good to see. And we'll go into the team list for today. Tukapa. 1 Patrick Howlett, 2 Scott Mello, 3 Brendan Dent, 4 Joshua Platford, 5 Mike Nyson, 6 Liam Burnett, who is captain for the day, 7 Luke Dravitsky, 8 Josh Keach. And on to the backs. 9 Campbell Woodmass comes into halfback this week, 10 Sam Clark, 11 Whata Wharawhara, 12 Lorenz Tupaea Thompson, 13 Jack Gilmore, 14 Zebi Unai Whaeva, 15 Lagan Kumarawa. And onto the bench we have Connor McLean 16, Josh Reed 17, Campbell Lusk 18, William O'Donnell 19, 20 Roman Fa'amaasuli, 21 Ted Morley, 22 Thomas Stokes. Onto the Clifton side. 1 Paddy O'Carroll, 2 Connor White, 3 William Faiagali, 4 Liam Chapman, 5 Tommy Hamilton, 6 Cole Blyde, 7 Suli Paulu, 8 is Sage Walters Hanson, who is their captain. And in the backs, 9 Topaya Barracliff, 10 Tomasi Faiagali, 11 Jonah Mata Isiwa, 12 Paul Faiagali, 13 Kobe Hiuria, 14 Liam Davis, 15 Tana Barracliff. And on the bench, 16 Kimo Faiagali, 17 Josh Tate Iwikau, 18 Mike Kayanga, 19 Blair Shorter, 20 Liam Cox, 21 Ewa Whano, and 22 Daniel Faiusu. My apologies if I've got pronunciation of the names wrong, which I probably have, but I'll do my best for the game. So we will now go to a break and we'll see you back shortly. Welcome back to Sanders Park in New Plymouth for this round 4 match, Clifton versus Tukapa. Good news is the sun is still shining. Clifton are just running out. With me in commentary today, I have Lindsay Thompson, who is going to cast a few expert comments. So, how do you think the game will go today, Lindsay?
Yeah, look, I think it's going to be a tight clash between two teams that are towards the top of the table now. Tukapa are unbeaten. Clifton have just lost one game, but I think have shown in the last couple of weeks with quite decisive victories that they're going to be a team to difficult to beat. So pretty lucky with the weather conditions, given what's happening around the rest of the North Island. We're lucky here in Taranaki to have sun shining, although there is a reasonably strong wind. But be interesting to see who won the toss and who's playing with the wind in the first half.
Out come Tukapa, so we'll find out very shortly who is playing with the wind, and as you say, it is quite an advantage, and it's the direct opposite of last week, the wind direction.
Yeah, it looks like Tukapa is going to be at the West End Bowling Club end.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to play with the wind behind them, and good referee in Chloe Sampson, so it should be a really interesting encounter.
Yes, now just Clifton are one of the oldest clubs in Taranaki. They were actually formed in 1880, and during that time they've won 13 championships, although their last one was in 1999, so they'd probably say they were overdue. And there's been many great players passed through the Clifton club over the years. Just a few names I came up with: Paul Martin, Felix O'Carroll, Gary Topping, Colin Cooper. Some great Taranaki names there. And we're about to kick off. Chloe Sampson ref, Dwayne Keegan and Max O'Leary for the second week in a row is on the touch. Tomasi Faiagali to kick off for Clifton. Away we go. Mike Nyson takes it in. Goes to set up the first ruck of the day. Good defence by Clifton. Woodmass back to Sam Clark with the wind behind him. Let's get good distance. Here we go. Big wide pass from Clifton. Yeah, the wind got hold of that and slowed up now. Logan Kumara has it. He'll bring it back. Woodmass onto Dent. Oh, and he's lost the ball. Although it's a penalty. Sounds like a high tackle there. Yeah, round the neck.
Yeah, I'm sure Tukapa is going to want to take advantage of this wind, try and play it down in Clifton's 25 or 22, and see if they can attack from there.
Right, first line out throw for the day. Thrown to the back might be a bit of an issue today with this wind, but we'll see where Tukapa decide to throw this first one. We'll go for a shortened line out. Yeah, and it's gone over the top. Clifton have hold of it. That's a good one from their number 10, Faiagali. Breaks through the first tackle. There's another little kick. Straight down Kumara's throat, and he's looking for the back far right hand corner, and it's quite a good kick actually, as long as it doesn't roll too far, which it has. And there's a good example of the wind.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised with Tukapa's throw to that line out. I mean, Josh Platford at number 2 in the line out was unmarked. He had a prop against him. He's 6'6" or 6'7". You really got to use those guys in these conditions. Throw to the front and try and win your own ball. First scrum will be interesting. Paddy O'Carroll on this side against Brendan Dent. I'm sure that's going to be a good battle.
Yeah, two couple of scrums struggled a bit last week against Old Boys, so they'll have been looking for some improvement. That's a better kick from Clifton. Kept it low, so into the wind. So and they made some good ground there, although it's Tukapa throw to the line out. But as you know, Lindsay, with a wind like this, sometimes it's harder to throw the ball when you have the wind behind you.
Yeah, and I think Tukapa need to concentrate on just winning their own ball. This is probably going to go short to 2. Let's have a look.
Well, that was a pretty well uncontested line out, wasn't it? And Tukapa have control. Woodmess out to Sam Clark. And that's a good clearance. That's through the Clifton's hands, and Burnett, no goal, well done by Faiagali to pick that up. William Faiagali takes it up. Oh, Tukapa penalised for coming over the top.
Yeah, looked like a penalty, could have gone either way.
Yeah.
But obviously she's ruled the Tukapa hands were on the ground in front of the ball.
So Clifton come down onto attack. See if they go for a full line out or a shortened one. So they've gone for the full line out. They have control of it. They rumble it away. A bad wild pass there. Picked up by Barracliff. Nice little pass there. Oops, but he's passed it to Trevitsky. Those mistakes hurt you on a day like this, Lindsay, with that wind. Clifton were looking quite good there for a while, and the drop ball, and all the opposition really has to do is just pick it up and hoof it as far as you can, and they're backing down in their own half. Yeah,
and Tukapa's got the throw to the line out, so hopefully they can secure their own ball.
Yeah. Not straight.
Wasn't much in there.
No, I didn't think so either. But yeah. It's a free kick to Clifton. They'll tap. Hamilton takes it in. Another little kick, which Clifton have got the lucky bounce there, but Sam Clark's there to cover up, and he's done well. And Clifton have turned it over, and look, down the short side they have a bit of an overlap here. Run for the hooker, Connor White. White passes, and Clifton have got an advantage. It's good ball. Oh, it nearly opened up there. Oh, that's a great pass from the halfback. And I think Clifton might be in here. Well, no, not quite. Very close to the line. The halfback has another go. And Chloe Sampson is coming back for the penalty. Tukapa were lucky to survive that, Lindsay.
Clifton are looking good.
Yeah.
Their ball retention, close quarter passing, looking good, and putting Tukapa under pressure.
Yeah. So they're going to take a scrum, are they?
Yeah, look, I'm a little surprised by that. I mean, if I was Clifton, I'd be taking the 3 points that are on offer. I mean, you're playing into the wind. Any points you can get playing into the wind, I think, will be a big advantage.
They will. Now Clifton will score, Lindsay, just to make you look silly.
Thanks very much.
That's what normally happens, though, isn't it? When you say something, the opposite will happen. So we'll see what happens with this scrum. The first scrum.
Tukapa just taking a little time to settle in this game.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's pretty similar to last week. Old Boys were dominant for the first 15, 20 minutes, and then Tukapa weren't looking very good. But,
you might have to tighten up your
that's not goal blind. 7.
Great attacking place for Clifton to show us their skills.
Number 8 breaks off. Oh, that's a great offload. And Clifton are in. A very good offload by, I think it was Paul Firegarling, number 12. We'll get a replay and we'll see.
Yeah, really well done from Clifton. Just the offload. Tukapa didn't have their defence in line and tried to Clifton.
Great offload and with 2 tackles.
And number 10, Firegarling. That's another.
the top is a just push one of the volume buttons.
So you were right, Kevin. They took the scrum and they're going to end up with 7 points instead of 3. So well done, Clifton.
Yeah. And probably 7-0 is probably reasonably fair indication of the game so far.
Yeah, I think Clifton's been the better side.
Yeah.
Tukapa's made basic errors and Clifton have now punished them.
Yeah.
All goes back to that not straight to the line out. Gave the ball back to Clifton.
Yeah. Sam Clark kicks off. A little juggle, but got control over the end. And that's a pretty good return into the wind.
I'd really like to see Platford just coming forward at 2. Looks like he's marking a prop again.
Yeah. Listen, yes, that's... yeah. To put it mildly, Lindsay, that was a bit of a shambles really for Tukapa, wasn't it?
Well, again, they're throwing to the middle in these difficult windy conditions. I just think the money ball is at 2 in the line out.
Yeah.
Keep giving the ball back to Clifton, they're going to keep hurting you.
Clifton have always been a team over the years that if they get their tail up and they start running the ball at you, they are very difficult to stop.
Yep. History shows that. They get their dander up and they'll cause you all sorts of problems.
Yeah. That's a good running, and Tukapa penalised for offside. She might have, Chloe could have played a barnish for a little bit longer there, I feel, Lindsay, because Clifton were going forward and was well set. But
I think she said Sam Clark's tackle was too high.
Yeah, she's signalling that, didn't she?
So Tukapa are going to tackle high. They're going to get penalised and give field position back to Clifton.
Clifton get that back a little luckily, but... Oh, here's a big break, right up the middle. By far, Garley. And Clifton are in again. No?
I think there's been a knock on.
Oh, right.
But again, Tukapa exposed.
Yeah. No good to be exposed, Lindsay. So Clifton have got three Garleys in the starting lineup and one on the bench. So
yeah, all brothers.
Yeah, big family connection. And that was a good run by 12 Paul Garley then. As usual, one of the bugbears of the modern game, the reset scrums and the time it takes for them to get reset to go again. I quite like that rule of the free kick, Lindsay. What do you think?
Yeah, look, it gets the game going again. Yeah. Let's remember the scrum is only basically a means of restarting the game.
Yeah.
We can't spend 2 or 3 minutes trying to get a scrum set.
Yeah. And Clifton scrum is dominant, but Tukapa clear it well. Woodmass puts his boot to it, and that's a great kick. Great kick from Woodmass. So from a scrum going backwards, Tukapa end up nearly on Clifton's 22. So
almost a 50-20.
Yeah.
Wasn't far away from Tukapa getting the throw back into the lineout. Tukapa got to spend some time down in this part of the field. They're spending way too much time in their own quarter, really.
Well, especially with the wind behind them. Clifton have taken it in. Although Tukapa have turned it over, haven't they? Yeah. Here comes Burnett. Good defence. And we've Tukapa got a penalty. Which is offside or?
No, I think again the height of the tackle on Jack Gilmore ruled too high and penalty to Tukapa.
This could be interesting. Tukapa are going to kick for the line. I was just going to say our lineout has been going that well. I know he's going to take a shot, which is a little bit surprising in a way. Lindsay, 7-0 down with the wind at your back. I probably would have thought about a scrum maybe, but.
Oh well, it's not a gimme, but you would think he can get Tukapa's first points of the day. Sam Clark up from Wellington, looking to try and find a place in the Taranaki NPC team towards the end of the year.
Yeah, he played pretty well last week, I thought, and so he's definitely a big asset for Tukapa to have gained. And he puts it through. So 7-3 to Clifton after nearly 17 minutes. So I'd say Tukapa, by the way they've actually started this game, would be reasonably happy with that. And
yeah, I agree with that, but at the end of the day, it's probably a 10 to 15 point breeze that they've got at their backs at the moment, and Clifton themselves will be very pleased with where they're sitting at the moment.
Yes, they will be. And the wind got hold of that and drifted it back, but it's come down Clifton's side. Mike Nyson looked like he was about 2 yards offside there. He's still offside, but never mind. Clifton carry it up. Another phase. Halfback runs, and this is a good run again. And a good offload as well. Although I think they've lost control of that. Yeah, Tukapa have got hold of it. Sam Clark clears for touch. That's good. Good clearance.
Tukapa need to sort out their defence around the edges of the rucks. The halfbacks running and getting offloads, and that's where Clifton are making good ground.
Yeah, and all it was a good clearance, but Tukapa had taken it back into their 22, so Clifton on the attack. And there, Topia Barracliff, he's made a couple of good runs early on for Clifton. Looks pretty sharp. Just waiting for the ball. Here we go. Clifton with a shortened line out, and it's gone through their hands. Tukapa have hold of it. So it should be Tukapa's advantage here. Nyson takes it in. And Sam Clark. Yep. And Chloe Sampson awards the penalty for that Clifton person offside.
Yeah, Josh Platford again. He got up and got that tap down to Scott Mello. That's where I think Tukapa have an advantage in the lineouts, and he got in front of the Clifton guy and secured the ball for Tukapa.
That could be a good factor in the second half, actually, when Tukapa are playing into the wind, to get Platford up at the front. Clark, but he's missed touch. But it's going to bounce. Will it bounce too far? I think it's going to. It's gone dead, so it will be a scrum back, which from a penalty is an absolute cardinal sin for that to happen. Look at the ground Tukapa have lost, and it's Clifton's put into the scrum.
Yep, Tukapa mistakes are keeping Clifton hot on attack, and this will be dangerous.
Yeah. So I'd say Sam Clark probably got a little bit greedy, maybe, and was eyeing up the big kick, and it came off the side of his foot a bit, and this is the result. Barracliff to feed the scrum. Here's a brother on the team also, Tana's at fullback. And it goes, they come open side. The runner coming back on the angle. There, lost it. A little bit unlucky there. The idea, it was on, definitely on, because he was through the gap there, but he couldn't hold on to the pass.
Yeah, Clifton have worked out where Tukapa are weak, and it is around those fringes of those rucks and mauls, and they're making great inroads. Yeah.
Well, Ian Chapman will be a little bit disappointed if he held that. I think he might have been under the post. There's Tukapa scrum going backwards again. Kawa runs it up, and that's a good run. Clifton are moving the ball quite well. And breaking tackles as well. Kawa again. Tukapa have him up high, but he's managed to get to the ground. Clifton built with quite a few phases here. A little in pass. Yeah, they're moving the ball around well. And they've set it again, and they'll take it in again. That's a good run from Faiagali. And they're off another forward pass. So Tukapa have been rather lucky there.
Yeah, clearly forward though in that instance. But again, just shows how dangerous Clifton are around those fringes. They'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely in the last 5 to 10 minutes, Clifton have clearly been the better side and had many more opportunities.
Well, they're playing in the right part of the field too.
Yeah.
With the big win behind them, they're spending far too much time in their own 22.
Yeah.
Kicks going dead at the other end and bringing Clifton all the way back. And Tukapa making some, basic errors, and Clifton are exploiting them.
Just like Clifton now play at Tukarangi, but both you and I, Lindsay, would remember when they used to play at the Camp Reserve. I thought it was a great place to play rugby because great atmosphere. Clifton always used to get good crowds out there, and that grandstand with their Clifton supporters banging on the sides of it, you certainly knew if you'd made a mistake. They let you know.
They certainly let you know, and it wasn't a place for the faint-hearted, that's for sure. Clifton strong in the day. It looks like our halfback looks like he's heading off.
Barracliff. Topia Barracliff.
Or is it just a bit of running repairs?
Yeah.
He's been very influential in this game, so Clifton certainly won't want to lose him.
No. I would have thought play would have had to continue.
Yeah, I thought that was the rule, but they're giving him the benefit of the doubt. Doesn't look like that tape's going to do too much.
Given up on that idea. Yeah, so the play should really be carrying on now because players are just standing around having to talk to each other, and just another part of the game that gets slowed down. At Tukapa tonight, they have a beer pong competition. I've never actually played beer pong, Lindsay, have you?
Yeah, I have played it actually.
And are you very good at it or not?
Well, as you would expect, I'm excellent.
I could say something to that, but I can't repeat that on here.
No, look, it's a bit of a game of skill, and of course you want to be on the winning side. Otherwise, you do end up having a couple of beers, which can affect your ability in the game as well.
Yes.
Anyway, Barracliff seems to be back to full fitness, and the game will continue.
Yeah, so that should never have been stopped for that, should it?
No,
I
think that's...
if it was a prop, you have to, but not the halfback.
Oh, well, let's see if it's given Tukapa a chance to clear their heads.
Free kick. Coming on the angle. Woodmesh takes it quickly and clears it. Oh, bonus for Tukapa there. Clifton have touched that, so it'll be Tukapa's throw. Just past halfway. Actually, just past the 10-yard mark, so a real bonus for Tukapa. Tukapa are looking to start making some decent play here, to get some faces together. But it all starts here with the line out, and they have thrown to the front like you've been requesting, Lindsay. Woodmesh takes it in. Burnett will play halfback. Out to Clark. Woodmesh. Right in midfield. Getting a few phases together now, Tukapa. That was a good pass by Howlett. So again, they're starting to make some ground now, so they're looking a bit more promising. Right, and they received the penalty. So that's probably Tukapa's best passage of play in the game.
Yeah, and all on the back of a very simple throw to the front. Flat foot up high, take the ball in two hands, and they were able to go from there.
Have you got a microphone into his ear, Lindsay, telling him to throw the ball to him? Because you seemed quite keen on that, and it actually was the thing to do.
Well, as I say, I just think the wind conditions dictate, and he's a very tall man.
Yes, he is.
So get him up, get him at the front, and should be easy ball.
Well, he's not at the front this time. He's at 3. But it's going to Mike Nyson at the front. A wide pass by Woodmass. Well, Tukapa have the advantage as well.
Yeah, I'd like to see Chloe just perhaps play advantage and see whether Tukapa could clear that ball. They probably had a bit of an overlap on the right.
Yeah, they did.
But anyway, they're going to take the penalty, and I suspect they're going to go for 3 again.
Yeah. But that's a lot more promising for Tukapa. That's by far their best passage play in the game. So, but it's only in 12 minutes to go to half time. They'll feel they'll need to score at least 1-2 tries to be to turn around into the wind.
Yeah, I think when you do play into the wind in the second half, I think they'll want to retain the ball. Not kick it away, because if you kick it away, you just give Clifton the opportunity to put it back deep into your half.
Well, Clifton actually did that at the start of the game. The first 15 minutes or so, they kicked the ball a bit, but then they stopped doing that and they've looked a lot better.
Yep. Hold on to the ball playing into the wind. Don't give it away.
It's a good kickoff, and Clifton have regained it, and they're still going. That's what you call a perfect kickoff. They take it in for the set. Paracliff lost it. Cole Blyde lost it.
Yeah, Tukapa should be pretty disappointed about that receipt of kickoff, allowing it to bounce and go straight into the Clifton hands. You know, they've got to get men under that ball and claiming it.
Remind me a bit like you, Lindsay, when you were playing cricket in the outfield. When the ball was coming your way, you were looking like that. Go nowhere.
Thanks very much.
To be fair, they might have the sun in their eyes a bit, but you're right, they should have done better.
It's just another opportunity to give the ball back to Clifton, and once you've just scored points, the first thing you want to do is take your receipt of kickoff and retain the ball and see if you can get back into the right field position.
See how the scrum goes. That's a better scrum from Tukapa. Although, because the Woodmares and Tukapa clear. And be Clifton's feed to the line out. And halfway.
Yeah, again, I'd love to see Tukapa get up and try and contest this ball, see if they can disrupt Clifton's throw.
That didn't look straight.
No. Having said that, I don't think it was outside shoulder, but it was certainly in line with the Clifton line out.
That's a good run. Clifton there, taking it in. A little chip through, but not a great one. Straight to Kumarose. It chips it back.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure whether that was the kick in those circumstances. A chip kick just over the top. Could have gone anywhere, but anyway, it's gone into touch, but it gives Clifton the ball back via the line out.
Yeah, you might have heard the spectator calling out not straight there. Anyway, Clifton have got it again, and they've made good ground. And that will be a high tackle again. And Clifton are making another bust. Will come back for the penalty, the high tackle.
Yes, Chloe's been very strict on that today, and there has been a lot of high tackles, so I think the players need to learn by now that she's not going to tolerate it. The tackles need to be below the chest.
Tukapa will be pretty desperate not to let Clifton in here. But on the other hand, Clifton, if they could score now, going into half-time, they would be very happy.
Yep. If that happened, it'll take them a long way towards winning this game.
Yeah. Connor White to throw the ball in. That didn't look straight again, but we play on. Tukapa did jump in that line out, didn't they? So, yeah. Big wide pass. There's a bit of a gap here.
Tukapa's in trouble.
Yeah, big trouble here. Oh, I think he might be held up over the line. So big goal line dropout.
Great defence from Tukapa because they were gone for all money there.
Great defence at the end, but pretty poor defence earlier on in that play. The gap there.
Sam Clark is the one that managed to pull him down and hold him up. So it'll be a dropout. I think Liam Burnett's probably asking Chloe about the lineouts and how straight they are.
So this is another rule, though. I don't know if I quite agree with it, Lindsay. Clifton ride on attack and they just get held up on the goal line, and Tukapa get to clear the ball, especially with the wind behind them. They could end up down past halfway, and they were under pressure.
Yep.
So I don't know about the goal line dropout. And that is a big dropout.
It's a great dropout.
Yeah. So
it's gone 60 metres on the fly.
Good run from Connor White.
This would be interesting because Tukapa seem to have held them up.
Yeah.
Now it's a maul.
Oh. She's saying no release and no release. But I don't know if he had his ground on the knee, but never mind. That's what Chloe thinks. So.
Yeah, and again, just more time where Clifton's up in the Tukapa red zone for them.
Yeah.
So Tukapa need to maintain some discipline and stop the penalties, really.
Yeah. Liam Chapman takes it in. Tukapa letting Clifton boys run a bit. They're making good ground. Barracliff to William Firegali. Paddy O'Carroll takes it in. They come back the other way. Liam Chapman takes it in for Clifton. They turn it over again. They're slowly making their way forward.
Yep.
They're maintaining the ball well.
Clifton look dangerous.
Yeah.
Very simple game.
Yeah. If they can maintain their patience with here, and there they go, they bust and they're through. And it's the winger number 11, Jonah Mateosiwa. And that was a well-taken try. That was well set up. Numerous phases, and they showed patience. Kept it close to the ball for quite a few, and then a wide pass. And he bust a couple of tackles and right through. And I would say that is probably a fair indication.
Yeah, Clifton looked the better side. Tukapa having no field position, not having enough ball, and Clifton, by virtue of being down our end a lot, have taken their chances.
Yeah, and I think that last bit of play, they showed a lot of patience there. Numerous phases they took the ball in, and they kept good control of it. So, well done to Clifton. It's an easy kick, should be an easy 2 points here.
And it'll take Clifton, beyond 7 points, playing into the wind.
Oh my goodness! You do not see that very often. That's a great effort by Zebi, Tukapa's winger, to charge that down. Well done. I can't remember the last time I saw that, Lindsay.
Well, he took it in the Swede, and but it saved 2 points. So
you never know; it could be the difference at the end of the game.
100%.
That's the first time I've mentioned Zebi, just about the whole game, I think, and he played extremely well last week. So Tukapa need to be looking to get the ball to him. Oh, Clifton, yeah, Tukapa should come through here, and they do. Right on, hot on attack now. Woodmass gets there. Out to Mike Nyson. Set, and Woodmass brings it back the other way. And Lagan Kumara puts the ball down in a promising situation.
Yeah, Clifton made the same mistake that Tukapa made previously, just their receipt of kickoff, not taken cleanly, and Tukapa had an opportunity there, but unfortunately Lagan Kumara couldn't take the pass.
Clifton will be more than happy to slow the game down here. Not long to half time.
Yeah, Tukapa would like to try and put some pressure on at the scrum if they can, see if they can disrupt the Clifton hook and resulting ball.
And here we go, what we were talking about before, once again a reset scrum, which in this occasion Clifton will be quite happy with using up time.
Yep, only a couple of minutes away from half time, so takes away Tukapa's opportunities.
I just heard a half-time score in the background. I think it's in Plymouth Old Boys 24, Stratford 10.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a surprise given Stratford Eltham are the defending champions.
Clifton run it back up. That's another good run for Faiagali. And he set up for the clearance. Oh, the Chloe Sampson said there's a knock on there, which I didn't see. Did you see that, Lindsay?
Didn't see that.
Clifton are arguing about it, but you'll never win that argument. So now Tukapa in a great position.
Yeah, this is probably their best opportunity, and it's just short of half time, so hopefully they can come up with something that might result in points.
Woodmass. On to Clark, and comes Zebby on the wing, but had two men on the straight away, and Clifton, number 12, Faiagali, was over the ball and secures the penalty, so Tukapa have blown that opportunity, and Clifton will clear, probably only time for one more one out.
I just wonder whether Tukapa might have been better to go right on that occasion. Had a reasonable scrum. But anyway, chance gone.
Not a great kick, but it's gone out. Clifton's throw.
Tukapa just seem to be lacking energy to my way of thinking. Don't seem to look like they're really concerned, and they should be.
Oh, great steal. It was Clifton's throw. Tukapa managed to steal it. So last opportunity before half time. Howlett. Woodmass clears to Clark. Wide pass. To play out. Kumara. Some people are calling for a head-eye tackle here, but it doesn't look like they're going to rule it. Scott Mello takes it in. And the Tukapa have the advantage now, so they should try something here. Gilmore. Here comes platform. Woodmass will clear it again. That to Clark. Scott Mello take it in. Howlett does the clean out. Woodmass goes back the other way to Wharewarra. Turns it over again. Till we've got a few phases there. I don't know the penalty, if it will still be in play or not. We're not wired up to Chloe Sampson today, so we can't tell you if she's called advantage over. flat foot. That's a good run. Tukapa got another advantage. She's saying high tackle again. And we'll come back for the penalty. She has been very tough on the high tackles today, Lindsay, but that's, both sides, same for both sides, and they both know. There's no argument from me.
No, I agree. It's going to be interesting because, Tukapa got the option, obviously, of taking 3 points, but having the wind in the first half, is that the best option?
Yeah. Tukapa players down there. And once again, play should probably go on.
Well,
Let's see.
not sure who the player is, but certainly getting some attention. It's like Patrick Howlett.
Yeah. Tukapa, quick tap. And they're away. Kumara. And that was not a great pass. And that'll be half time. So Tukapa blow that opportunity right on the half time bell. So Clifton will be very happy to go into a half time lead of 12-6. And when they turn around, they'll have a strong wind behind them.
And thoroughly deserved, actually. They deserve that lead. So,
yeah. And we'll go to a break now, Lindsay, and we'll see you back here in 5 minutes' time.
Great.
Welcome back to Sanders Park. Clifton lead Tukapa 12-6. Tukapa have got it all in front of them here because they're playing into a strong breeze. Sam Clark kicks off. And Tukapa knocked that ball on, and it's Clifton's feed to the scrum, so I'm sure they'll be looking to get the ball down the other end of the field. And I feel Clifton will be very happy with their first half effort, Lindsay, and they deserve their lead.
100%. Played into a strong breeze and played a lot of the rugby in Tukapa's 22, so very much deserve their 6-point advantage.
Well, in saying that, I think a lot of teams now find it easier playing into the wind than they do playing with it, because you have to hold on to the ball playing into the wind, and if you can get string some good phases together, and that's what Clifton did.
Yep. Tukapa will need to look at their continuity, and as you say, if they can hold on to the ball and get field position, you don't know where they can go from there.
It'll be great to know during a game how much time is actually taken up with reset scrums, how many minutes are actually lost in a game. But I don't know. I think they've done some studies on that, haven't they?
Yeah, they have done studies, but I do like the way the Super Rugby referees are doing it. One attempt, and if it doesn't work out, someone gets a short arm penalty, and away you go again.
Yeah. This is another reset, so I'd say look for a free kick if it goes down again.
We're almost 2 minutes into the first half, and this is the first scrum since the kickoff, and we've had no play.
Yeah. That's a better scrum. Clifton, a little kick through. Well picked up by Zebi. He's got a good step on him, and he sets it back well. Woodmess on to Howlett. That's a good run from the prop, and well set back. On to Dent, this fellow prop. Woodmess again. Two play out onto Sam Clark. Good run around. Woodmess again, getting a bit quicker ball here to go onto Scott Mallow. Does well, spins out of the tackle and goes again. Woodmess onto Dent. Onto Howlett again. Both props have had 2 runs each in those phases, which didn't happen in your day, Lindsay.
No.
And then we go. Clark. That's Scott Mallow again. Yeah. Clark. Laid Kumara. And ran out of room and taken over the sideline. So despite Tukapa stringing a lot of phases together there, they didn't actually make much ground.
No, interesting little kick from Clifton as well. Instead of going for that long kick, they put the little chip kick over the defensive line. Obviously the Tukapa fullbacks were well back because of the strong wind, and they created an opportunity for themselves.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I think some of the ones in the first half were a little bit more crooked. But anyway, she's called that one.
Well, of the 2 or 3 we commented on the first half, I thought that was the best of the lot, to be honest. But way Tukapa go. Woodmess. Mellow. Gilmore. Oh, good defence by Clifton. Gilmore does well. Back to Woodmess. Clark. Onto Mike Nyson. Nyson for the set-up. Woodmess again. Clark. The Clifton winger did well then. Even though he broke the line and came in, he did enough to disrupt the pass.
I just wonder whether the pass was forward anyway. But,
it looked a bit.
Tukapa haven't managed to hold on to it, so Clifton scrum, and looks like we've got some substitutions
already. I believe Thomas Stokes has come on.
Sounds like Jack Gilmore's the one that's been subbed, so we'll just see where Thomas Stokes ends up, because he's historically been a winger. Don't know whether they've moved him into centre or not.
Good scrum from Clifton. Oh! That was quite unbelievable. You could see that happening. And Clifton just virtually passed the ball straight to him.
Interesting, because I think that's probably his third intercept try that he's got this season. He's becoming the king.
Yeah.
There was nothing on there for Tukapa, but throw the ball to the Tukapa man, and away he goes.
He must have seen him standing in the back line, but oh goodness, Tukapa will be rather. It's very similar to last week against the Old Boys.
Yeah.
Very similar indeed.
Yeah, I think what's happened is what I think's gone into second 5/8 now, and Thomas Stokes has gone on to the left wing.
Right.
I think that's how they're running now. But anyway, Tukapa will be delighted by that, and an opportunity to get in front.
Yeah. Those sort of tries hurt you, Lindsay, when you're in front and you've been the dominant team for the game, and you throw an intercept, can really hurt you.
Yeah, you've got to say Tukapa are fortunate. They don't probably deserve to have that lead, but anyway, that's the nature of the game.
Absolutely. So I'll be interested to see how Clifton respond to that. Gali to kick off. Clifton lost that ball forward. Although, once again, as you commented on the first half, that wasn't a great effort by Tukapa receiving that kick-off.
No one seemed to really put their name on the ball. And as it turned out, Clifton knocked it forward, but Tukapa then gave it back to them. But anyway, they'll take the first infringement, which was the Clifton knock-on. So Tukapa will have an opportunity to play with the ball again.
Good scrum by Clifton. Very good scrum. Tukapa under pressure here. And the ball is loose and behind, and they've bumbled it again, but managed to retain possession.
Yeah, that was pretty loose from Tukapa.
Yeah. With mess comes the short side. Howlett into Mike Nyson. Woodmass will clear it to Clark. Who clears. And you can see the wind get hold of that. So Clifton back on attack.
Yeah, and I think this is an opportunity for Tukapa to try and attack the line out. If they want to get away from this area, they're going to have to win the ball back somehow, and this is probably their best opportunity at line out time.
So Wes, Platform and Nyson are up the front, so I expect Clifton will throw to the back, and they have. Although, no, Clifton have managed to regather it. Away they go. Good run by Gali. Clifton taken in, that's Cole Blyde. I'm afraid there was a little bit of a gap there for the halfback, but Tukapa closed it down.
Yeah, Tukapa needs to get some soldiers around those rucks.
Yeah. Freddie O'Carroll takes it in. A little knock on there, no.
No, I think...
regathered it. Clifton in good position here, but they have lost it there.
Yeah, Tukapa will need to shore up that scrum. A lot of pressure came from Clifton in that previous one, and that disrupted their ball at the back and caused them to be under pressure.
About you, Lindsay, but when I was playing, I used to hate a scrum in this position. When your scrum is going backwards, it's not much fun for the backs. The halfback and first 5/8, not much fun at all.
Yeah, your number 8's under pressure as well. Tukapa really need to hang tough here and fix up that scrum from the previous one, that's for sure.
They were going backwards, but they managed to clear it. That's a good run and a great offload. And it goes to Stokes, kicks it in field, but this might not be such a great kick. Here comes that winger, and this is a good run. He scored a good try in the first half, and that's a big tackle from Patrick Howlett, I think. Clifton still have a control. Pahulu takes it in. Clifton going for the set again. O'Carroll takes it in. Clifton have a couple of dummy runners. Oh, that's a good offload and another good pass. Good tackle by Burnett.
Yeah, I just question whether Thomas Stokes' kick from when he came down the left wing, whether that was the right option. You're playing into the wind, you kick the ball away, you're giving the opposition the ball back again, and I really think Tukapa should be trying to retain the ball as much as possible.
Yeah, well, the other thing was he kicked it right in centre field. He would have been better to try and kick it down the sideline. So, I'll tell you what, Lindsay, it's very easy watching the game from here, isn't it?
Yeah.
We never made any mistakes like that when we were playing.
I think that's a little unjustified, Kevin. But anyway, it's very tight at the top.
Yeah. All right, how's the scrum going to go? It's a bit better for Tukapa. Oh, and there's another intercept. And would you believe, number 12 for Clifton, as in Tukapa's first try, scored by an intercept. So it's probably 50-50, even Stevens with the intercept passes.
Yep, pass under pressure, ends up in the Clifton hands, under the sticks, 7 points.
And it's Paul Faiagali, and he's pretty happy about it too, and why not? And actually, that was Tukapa's scrum was really okay then, but they still, I think they tried to do too much. It was a bit of a run up and, you know, doing some fancy dummies and stuff. And that is the end result. Clifton back into 6-point lead.
Yep, 19-13, and that evens it up, as you say. Both sides have now scored an intercept try, so both teams giving the other the opportunities.
Yeah, Clifton are making subs. Looks like two replacements are coming on. I can't see who they are at the moment. I can see number 1 is going off for Clifton, which is Paddy O'Carroll. So I assume there's a front rower at least coming on. Is that number 7 going off as well? It is. That's Cole Blyde going off, is it not?
I'm surprised by that. Cole's he's a great trooper for Clifton, but they've subbed him.
It's a good take by Tommy Hamilton. Clifton, yeah. And Chloe Sampson is ruled down front of the kicker, I think.
I think they must have advanced.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's handy for Tukapa
Very
to
handy.
Try and put it in towards the corner and see if they can secure a line-out one.
Clark. Yep. Tukapa have the line out about 7 or 8 metres from the line. So it'd be interesting where they throw this one. It's Nyson and Blackfoot are up the front. But you think it'd be going there. And it goes to the Platford and it takes it easily. You never took balls like that, Lindsay.
Thanks very much.
That's a good drive from Tukapa here. Clifton push them back. So took a breakaway. Howlett takes it in. Here we go. Woodmess arrives at the back of the maul. The ruck rather. Switch of play. Sam Clark, who's got a nice step on him, takes it back in and lays it back nicely. There's Woodmass. On to Wera. He's now playing in the midfield. Woodmass again. Dent. Took up a stringing together a few phases here. Woodmass again. Wide pass. Takes it in. There's the ball there. Woodmass. Dent. Oh, it goes over the top. Who was that?
It was Mike Neeson.
Yeah. And it hasn't worked out because Clifton have got over the top of that ball and looks like they're giving the big lock. Tommy Hamilton a big pat on the back, so well done.
Yeah, Tukapa isolated themselves, and if you get isolated, you run the risk of the opposition player getting over the ball, and Tukapa didn't release it. Now Clifton get the relieving penalty.
That's another thing about today's game, though, Lindsay. As soon as you see that happen, you know straight away it's going to be a penalty, don't you? It happens all the time, and there are more subs coming on, and looks like Keba Woodmess has been subbed by Roman Fa'amasuli, who was the starting halfback last week.
Yeah, I think Roman will add something sharp round the fringes. He's got a good pass, so.
Yeah. Clifton throw to the back, and that's well taken. They drive it away. Oh, and break away. 16 is Kimo Fargali. But Clifton are penalised.
I think Tukapa have to go back to the line out again, kick for the corner. They showed in the previous play that they can win the ball and retain it, and had Clifton under pressure. But let's see how they go.
It's virtually an identical place to the last line out. In fact, it is in exactly the same place. So let's see where they throw this time. You'd think all logic would suggest that they throw to the same place.
Yeah, well, if you're winning ball, why change a winning recipe?
So we'll be looking to go to number 4, Platford, but they've got the same line out set up. And it does, and they've won it easily. It's a simple game, Lindsay.
Yeah, execution.
Once, Chloe Sampson has once, so Tukapa will need to clear this. And they do, yeah. Actually, oh, that's showing good strength. And Tukapa have a penalty here. Silly gives it wide. Clark, another wide pass. That's great. Here comes Zebby, one of the few touches of the ball he's had today. But he was well marked. Silly runs, and this is a good run on the short side. But Tukapa lost control of it, and they're coming back for the penalty. And there's another blow on the whistle here. Is she going to just have a chat, or is she going to send someone?
Certainly warning time, but if I Tukapa here, I think no, yellow card.
Now, Tukapa need to take the scrum here, Lindsay, I feel, with Clifton one man down.
Yeah, centre field scrum, so there's an opportunity to take advantage of that, of the player from Clifton having, it's actually closer to the sideline. I thought it's on the 15-metre mark. He's going to kick for touch by the look of it.
Yeah. I'd still would take the scrum even that close to the line. But we'll see what happens.
Oh, well, they're going to be one man down in the line out Clifton, so an opportunity to expose them.
Burnett. Are they going to Platford again? Yes, they are. 3 in a row.
Yeah, the Clifton guys come round the side, though. They may not clear this Tukapa.
Yeah. Oh, no, Burnett's got a hold. Oh, he floated out the back. It's pretty well done, actually. Right, silly. Dent. That's a good run. And well laid back. Here we go. There's a big hole there for Sam Clark. Clifton will close them down. Dent again. Tukapa's two props, even though the scrum has been not so crash hot, they've played well in open play.
A lot of carries between them.
Yeah. Oh, silly. Here comes Josh Keach. Mello takes it in. Turns around, places it nicely. Dent again. That's the third hit up he's done.
Yeah, Tukapa they're not breaching though.
No. Clark. Silly Mike Nyson. You have to say Clifton are defending this pretty well at the moment. Tukapa, it's a knock on by Clifton, but yeah, a few of the Clifton boys are clapping hands and congratulating them because they did defend that well.
Yeah, they did defend it well, and Tukapa have had a lot of ball in the last 10 minutes, and Clifton haven't flinched. So here's that centre field scrum we've talked about. So see what Tukapa can do from here. Few hands on hips. Boys getting tired as we get into the...
I see Mike Kayanga's on there, isn't he?
Yes, he is. That's him at tight head prop.
Yes.
Former Hurricane and Super Rugby player.
I believe I was told he's only 34 years old, Lindsay.
Well, I think it was 2016. He was a member of the Hurricanes that won the Super Rugby title that year. So great to see he's still playing club rugby and providing that experience to a whole lot of younger players.
Oh, definitely. Clifton Scrum will only get better with him on. He goes far, silly. He has that a bit since he's had a couple of runs since he's come on. Tukapa do have it. Bennett's playing halfback. Here goes Platford.
Possibly
Tukapa had the advantage again. An in pass. Sam Clark. Chloe Sampson has awarded the try.
Seemed like he stretched out and lost it, in my opinion.
Yes, we'll have a look, Lindsay.
No, the referee's happy, and Max O'Leary's not intervening as the touch judge, so the trial stand.
Yes.
Just looked like he lost control.
Yeah, we'll have a look here. And he goes. He's got control now. I say Tukapa will be very happy that they've been awarded that try. Let's put it that way.
It's hard to say. Did he get it to ground before it sort of bobbled up? I'm not sure. But anyway, the ref was in a good position.
Yes, he was.
This will be a very difficult conversion attempt for Sam Clark, kicking into a very strong breeze.
So Tukapa needed to score there when Clifton with one. They still have one of their players in the bin for another 5 minutes. So to have any chance, they really did need to score some points while he was in the bin, and they have done so. So difficult kick. It's holding up in the wind. Wasn't that far away by the looks.
No, the touch judge has had a good look at it, but I think it was just out to the right. You know, 1 point in it.
Once again, very much similar to the game last week.
Well, not only that, all Tukapa's games this season have been tight affairs.
Yes.
Very little points differential in their wins.
Well, we were talking about that before the game, actually, and so Tukapa had 3 wins, but it could have very easily been 3 losses. That's how tight they've been.
Yeah, no, the competition really even this year.
Yes.
Illustrated last night when Inglewood got up over top of Southern, which perhaps was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah. But isn't it good, though, if the competition is close? You know. Absolutely. Here he goes, he's busted the line there, and it's a good in pass, a great pass. Oh, I don't know if that was the right option at all, actually, by Sam Clark. I think he should have kept ball in hand because they'd busted the line.
Yeah, I think there were guys on his inside, on his outside that, as I say, I think the last thing you want to do when you're playing into the wind is kick the ball back to the opposition. Yeah. They'd made a good 40 yards, and it was highly promising.
Just that Old Boys are running away from the game against Stratford, 43-13, which is a surprising scoreline. Clifton with one man short in the scrum. They held together really well. Big wide pass, and it was a good pass too. Oh, that's a good run, and fended off, and Clifton are looking good here, and they are going to score. That's a great try. A very, very good try. Yeah. That wide passes in those conditions, and the conditions they, Lindsay, are risky, and it was well executed.
Really well executed. Put the ball out in front of the man, and all the Clifton players did the right thing at the right time.
Yeah, so good solid scrum with a 7-man scrum. Halfback runs, good pass there. That's the money ball pass right there to the winger, who does very well. In pass, another good pass. So that is a great try by Clifton.
Yeah, Tukapa will be disappointed by that, having just got themselves back close to now concede another try, but really well done by Clifton and thoroughly deserved. Mm.
Liam Davis was the wing for Clifton, who did very well with that in-pass.
Yeah, and he also got rid of Thomas Stokes with that fend, so Tukapa were a man down there.
Yeah. Tana Barracliff to kick the conversion, and it's way to the left.
Well, they've left the door slightly ajar for Tukapa. Only sort of 12 minutes to go, but the margin's only 6, so a converted try to Tukapa can get them back in the lead. Mm.
Sam Clark to kick off. Tukapa need to strike back pretty quickly here. Nice, plenty of height on that kick-off, and the wind's bringing it back, and it's kicked straight back into Tukapa's hands. So a great kick-off. Fa'asili comes down the short side. Dent again, who's been taking it up all day. Got Josh Keach. Yeah. Platford takes it in. Sam Clark. Here comes Weasel, Burnett. Fa'asili. Tukapa going set again. Fa'asili. Scott Mello takes it in. Zebi on to Burnett. Passes in behind. Wharever out. He's a hard man to stop. Oh. Tukapa taking Dent again. And he's made great ground. Fa'asili. Clark. Oh, the last pass. I think Clifton knocked it on.
Yeah, Tukapa a bit lucky to get the ball back. Just broke down there, but Clifton knock on. Shades of last week, you thought Clifton could have been able to pick that up. Who knows? They may have ran the length of the field.
Yeah. I've got a quick joke for you, Lindsay. There's a 60-year-old man, a 70-year-old man, and an 80-year-old man. They're all standing around talking, mainly bitching about their wives. And the 60-year-old man says, "God, I hate getting old. I get up at night and I can't pee properly and just nothing happens. I can't sleep. The 7-year-old man says, I know what you mean. I can't poop at night. Nothing seems to happen. And the 80-year-old man, whose name happened to be Lindsay, says to them, well, I don't know what you guys are moaning about. Every morning at 6 o'clock, it's clockwork, I pee and I poop. Regular as anything. And the other two guys look at themselves and think, well, what's the matter with that? So they asked the 80-year-old Lindsay, said, what's wrong with that? That sounds perfect. And Lindsay says, I don't wake up till 7 o'clock.
Tukapa scrum under pressure again.
Yeah.
Oh, great hands from Sam Clark. Tukapa just being exposed with those little out the back passes. Went to ground again.
Yeah. Clifton are over the top there, but Tukapa managed to dent again. Oh, that's a big flipping tackle. Fat silly. Again, Sam Clark, a little in pass to Burnett. Clifton were waiting for him now. Once again, Clifton are extremely happy with that turnover. And that is fellow with the headgear, I can't see his number 6 for Clifton, Suli Pahulu. Great turnover. Clifton are back up to their full complement now. More subs, 16 and 19 for Tukapa. 16 is Connor McLean and 19 is William O'Donnell, who is on debut for Tukapa. And they're replacing
Scott Mallow.
Scott Mallow. Can't quite see who the other one was yet. Clifton. Little click through, finds a bit of space there, but is it going to go too far? No, it's set up nicely. Clifton had the penalty, so that was probably a good idea by Clifton then. They knew they had the penalty.
Yeah, I think what they'll do is they'll take the 3 points if they can take the shot.
Absolutely.
Win behind them and get outside that 7-point margin.
Yep. Be crazy not to. Yep. Oh no. Oh, well, they are crazy, Lindsay. What do we know? I would have taken the 3 points any day of the week.
Yeah, there's only 7.5 minutes to go, so it's a case now of protecting their lead, and I thought taking 3 would give them that advantage. They'll probably score under the post now, so.
Get to one, Romy! Get to one, Romy!
Good scrum again. And they've got the penalty. So they can afford to take a few risks here if they want, Clifton. And now that they do, they try a little kick. Which, yeah. It's still good play by Clifton.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's sensible. You've got the penalty. Have a crack at something a little different. But Tukapa took the kick well. But now, as I say, again, an opportunity if they choose to try and take 3 points and put the game to bed, really.
And they go for the scrum again. Well, I would say if Tukapa turn around and win this game, Clifton might rue those 2 decisions there, Lindsay.
Yeah, I agree. If I was out there, I'd be telling my kicker to have a crack. Doesn't guarantee he'll go over, of course, but if it does, if it does, you basically put the game away.
You have. And now Tukapa have still got a chance. Oh, good scrum again. They might be looking. No, they've cleared it. Here comes Fargali again. He's run strongly all day. This is another good run. Oh, that was a wide pass, and it's come. Oh no, she's come back for the penalty again. Surely they'll take 3 points this time.
Not sure what that was for. The scrum didn't. I mean, the ball came out of the scrum pretty cleanly, so I don't know why we're going back and.
Well, if they do take the 3 points now, this would be the hardest kick of the 3 penalties they've had.
They're wasting. They're winding the clock down though. We're down now below 5 minutes to go, and Tukapa in the wrong part of the field. It looks like he's going to kick for the corner this time.
Yeah. To be fair, I think, Lindsay, that the score of the line at the moment is probably a fair reflection of the game.
Oh, look, Clifton have been the better side.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone can argue that. Tukapa far too many mistakes, and Clifton have executed when they had the opportunities.
That was not straight. It's a free kick. So Tukapa have got to go quickly here.
Tap and go.
Yeah, and they do. Wide pass. That's a high tackle, yeah. So play goes on. Yeah, so they've got, it's a double blow on the whistle here, so there's going to be someone in the bin, I think.
Probably not what Tukapa want, because I think they were going to tap and go.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to kick.
Yeah, another one in the bin for Clifton. Number 12, Paul Fargali, who has been impressive today, Lindsay.
Probably the player of the day for Clifton. Scored 2 tries, looked really good.
No, Tukapa do tap. Wide pass from Clark. They go to Platford. Faisali. Oh, a bad pass. But Alex recovered well. Faisali. Oh, that's a great fend by Farwera. A great fend. Makes some ground. Joshua Keach takes it up. Tukapa maintaining position. Oh, a loose pass again. Josh Clark has it. Oh, pass out the back. Tukapa still making good ground here. Out it comes. Howlett. He's taken the ball up well as well. On to his fellow prop Dent. Moves it along. Oh, Tukapa got a chance here. Farawira. I would say that penalty was pretty cynical.
100%. There's no way. The ruck had been formed, so clearly he was offside. I think Tukapa have to go again.
Yeah. And they do. Platford. Probably Tukapa's last opportunity. Clark, wide pass. That's a good pass. Here comes Zebby. He's cut back in field. But he's cut back in the field again, beaten 2 or 3 guys, but Clifton managed to cut him down. Clark. He comes back in field as well. But he's gone. I think he's over. He is. What a great try. But there's a bit of Clifton. Don't know what's happened there, but there's a bit of a disagreement.
Try number 2 for Sam Clark, and he's got the chance, presumably, to kick the conversion and win the game for Tukapa.
So there was a couple of good steps by Zebby there, but Clifton had it covered there. The ball comes out, and he comes back in. That's a good step. They've got 2 guys on him, so he's done very well to score that try.
He's done well. In some respects, you might think that Clifton almost threw him over the line.
Yeah.
But this is a pressure kick. This will win the game.
It will.
And by the look of it, the players aren't going back to halfway by the look of it. So this will be the last play of the game, I suspect.
Yes. And here we go. This is to win the game for Tukapa. And it's over. And it's full time. And I'd say, just judging by the look of the Clifton players, they will be pretty devastated to lose that game because, to be honest, Lindsay, they were probably the better team, but all credit to Tukapa. That's 4 games in a row that they've had narrow wins, so they know how to win games.
They know how to win games, and to be fair to Tukapa, they've got a number of their main players out injured at the moment. So to come away with a victory in these circumstances, I think it's a great effort. But I tend to agree with you. I thought Clifton had the winning of that game.
Yeah. Shortly we'll go to the highlights of the game with just the tries that are scored, so we can have another look at those. But the chicken's very happy. Yeah,
the cast iron chicken dancing out there, but Tukapa, I think they consider themselves lucky, and Clifton, they'll be disappointed.
Yes, they will. But another good close game, kept interest right to the end. So.
Yeah, look, the whole competition we've seen, as I say, with even the games this week, any team can beat anyone, and by the look of it, Old Boys have had a big win over at Vogeltown Park. I don't know what's happened with Coastal United, but Tukapa remain unbeaten based on that 1 point victory.
Highlights.
Yeah, highlights are coming up now. So Tukapa will go further ahead in the competition now.
Yeah, and they got 4 tries.
Yes. Here we go. Clifton's first try. That was a great offload for that try there. A great offload. Here we go. Clifton's second try. Take it in. Wide pass. And straight through a little bit of a hole there. So Clifton scored the first 2 tries. Well, and that intercept, you could see that happening. I think that's Tukapa's 4th try for the season. Comes Tukapa's second try. No, it's not, sorry. It's Clifton's intercept try, that was right. It was a very similar try to Tukapa's. Here comes Tukapa's second try. Clark. Oh, that was slightly questionable, but it's in the book. And this is probably the try of the match for me.
Yeah, really well executed move from Clifton. Passes out in front of the player. Everyone doing their jobs. The handoffs, passes on the inside each time, and Barracliff, the halfback, scores.
Yeah, great try. Tukapa's try. This is the final try, actually.
Yeah, Tukapa only scored 3, so they won't get a bonus point. Clifton will get 2 because they scored 4 tries and lost within obviously the 7 point margin.
So that was Sam Clark. That was a good try by Sam Clark. He had a bit of work to do there. Tukapa win the game right on the buzzer. Finish up. Okay, thanks for your viewership today. It's been Lindsay, on behalf of Lindsay, I wish you a very good Good Friday and the rest of your Easter. Hope you have a great time, and we'll be back here in 2 weeks' time. Good afternoon.
This live stream is sponsored by PSL, Sound, Light and Stage.